Hey friends, Christy here. If you are tired of feeding your kids sugary cereal and need some healthier options that you can prep ahead of time and just nook them for 30 seconds or just take them out of the refrigerator to serve, stay tuned. I'm Christy. I'm a mama of 6 and my kids are heavily involved in sports and cheer. We wake up super early, so I needed some healthy, sustainable things to help them get through the day. This video is actually a part of a series where I'm gonna be prepping some lunches for bento boxes for back to school, easy quick dinners for a large family, just like this one, preparing for breakfast ahead of time. So I hope you get some good ideas. Let me know if you make them. Making a big batch of hard-boiled eggs every single week is super versatile. You can use it in so many different dishes. You can smash a few and make a quick egg salad, slice them and put them over toast with avocado. My kids like to eat it with just salt and pepper and a little bit of hot sauce. There's so many different ways you can use this, and I love throwing them in bento boxes. This next recipe is super simple. It involves some quick minute oats. Don't skip on the minute oats. The steel oats do not work as good. Some semi-chocolate mini chips, some creamy peanut butter. Creamy works better than crunchy, and some honey. Mix all the ingredients in a bowl. Screenshot this to have the exact measurements. I actually double batched it because we got a big fam. Mix it all up. It's going to be super sticky because of the honey and the peanut butter, but my trick is put it in the refrigerator. I'm telling you, it makes a world of a difference, at least for about 15-20 minutes, and it's easier to scoop these babies without getting super messy. We'll come back to this one after they're chilled. Recently just started making bacon in large batches on a cookie sheet like this, and I am obsessed. Works so well. If you love bacon like our family, this is probably like my favorite tip. Making the bacon ahead is just so easy to add to turkey and BLTs, to add with some egg on the side, to just munch on it with some fruit. Bacon is a great thing to make ahead. Cooking it this way saves tons of cleanup and time, and look how perfectly lightly crisped it turns out. I bake it at 350 for about 12 minutes, and I just put it on a paper towel to soak up any excess fat, and I store it in a Ziploc bag with layers of paper towel just to make sure any excess fat is absorbed, and it stores really well in the refrigerator for actually a couple weeks. All right, this next dish is super popular at Starbucks, but to be honest with you, the Starbucks ones are a little like spongy for me. They just don't have the right texture, and I'll show you how I make my own egg bites at home that taste a lot better and don't have that spongy texture. So I'm going to take some breakfast sausage because it's going to be that much better with sausage in it. I'm going to use my favorite tool and just break it apart and cook it up, and I usually add some garlic and onions to this to make it a little bit more flavorful, and a little bit of salt and pepper. Once that is cooked up, I set it to the side and start putting my eggs in a bowl. 10 eggs for these egg bites, and I thought it was a little bit too much for the egg bite size that I was trying to accomplish for a muffin tin of 12, so I think that 8 would be a perfect amount. Simple ingredients is best in egg bites. I know that Starbucks adds milk and other items to it to try to make it be fluffier, but to me the texture is just kind of like spongy, and I'm not really a fan of it, so I prefer to taste more of the egg. So I do not add any milk in my egg bites. I just put a little bit of salt and pepper. I don't even use a muffin liners for this. I think it's just really easy to pop out on their own. Just make sure that you put a generous amount of nonstick spray, and then I use a 1/4 cup to kind of measure it to make sure that they're as even as possible. Only fill it about halfway. This leaves room for the fillers. For the fillers, you can add pretty much everything. My favorite is sausage and spinach and a little bit of cheddar cheese. I also have done more of a spicy Italian sausage with mushrooms and garlic and onions. You can also be really simple and just add some tomato and cheddar cheese, or even just cheese if your kids are picky. There's endless different things that you can do with these egg bites. They are so good. Let's get over to our little protein balls, and I'll show you what the egg bites look like when they come out. I found these little mini ice cream scoopers, I think that's what they are, off Amazon, and these are absolutely perfect to get the perfect bite size. So like each one is very similar in size. It works really well, and it's easy to scoop and then quickly mold into a little ball. You guys see my baby in the bottom right there, like aggressively trying to get into the cabinet below me. I really need to baby proof. So these little oat protein balls I keep in the fridge for like, I'd say 3 or 4 days, but I separated it into 2 different containers. I put some in a freezer Ziploc, put it in the freezer, and then I kept some in a container so the kids can just pop in and out and grab them for breakfast as a snack as well, like before sports. They are really good and they're sweet. I think that even the pickiest eater will love these because it tastes like a dessert. Fresh out of the oven, 350 for about 8 to 10 minutes. Our egg bites are done and they are cooked to perfection. They smell so good and they're the exact size and consistency that I was hoping for, and easily removed with a spoon, especially if you are super generous on that nonstick spray. Just be gentle and go around with the spoon and then they pop right out. These are probably everyone's favorite and they go really fast, so I don't even bother making more and freezing it. I just make them fresh every single week. And I know you see all these like get it done type of mamas cutting their fruit ahead of time and putting it in the refrigerator. I know it seems like such a tedious task, but you know what? It really, really does help. You can scoop it into bento boxes. Don't forget to squeeze a little bit of lemon on top of your apples so they don't go brown. So with these different breakfast items that are prepared ahead of time, my kids can just pick 2, an egg bite and a piece of bacon, or a protein ball and an egg bite, and just be on their way. This recipe is a little bit of a fun bonus treat. This is perfect for warm summer mornings when you are having a little bit more time to leisurely eat breakfast. It is a frozen yogurt bark, and you just put a very thin layer of yogurt on a cookie sheet with some wax paper. Thinner the better. It just breaks apart easier and freezes more evenly when it's a little bit thinner. You could put anything on this. You could put strawberries, chocolate chips. I love the mini semi-sweet chocolate chips that I used in the protein balls. It works perfectly for this recipe. Blueberries are a little bit more difficult and kind of a choking hazard for little ones when they're frozen. So if you're going to do blueberries, make sure you have them. You look good?
No,
here,
like
want a piece? Try, come here.
You don't like it. You don't like it.
I do.
I'll try a piece. You don't need to try.
Yes, I do.
It's just yogurt. It's just healthy.
No.
I'm gonna put that one.
You love it.
Here, cover that piece.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Taste it. Taste it.
That's too big.
Mmm.
I pulled this frozen treat recipe from a video I'm working on about all the fun summer treats we've been doing this summer. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that, and put your bark in the freezer for later. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave some recipes down below so that I can learn more and share them with you all. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.